Hello again, YouTube. So another video. I've moved approximately 3 centimeters since the last one. Still painting through getting orc skin on these boys, and it's really painful. It's taking too long, and I've got to do 2 thin coats because I did with those 3. And if I don't do it with these 3, then it won't look the same, and the Duncan will haunt me in my dreams. So anyway, 2 thin coats. So this one is, I just thought it'd be interesting to do a questions thing. So, I think it's quite inspired by meeting Sam the other day and actually chatting to somebody live and just having a bit of a film talk. Here's your opinion, what's your opinion? Here's my opinion, sort of thing. So I thought I'd ask any of you lot if you had a question or anything you wanted me to talk about or give my opinion on, then I will do so. So this is it. So let's start. Okay, there's not a huge amount of them, but we'll go for it. The real Omegon, or is he? Or spoilers? No, I won't do it. Could you talk about Gilliman returning from the dead? Well, okay. So one thing to say first of all is 30k is probably my main thing at the minute, and I'm way more up on the lore of this than I am 40k. But I keep my eye on things, and just like everyone does. So I think the first thing, if I'm right, I don't know if he's returned from the dead or if he's woke up out of stasis. Because if I'm right, I think he was in some sort of stasis capsule that he'd been mortally wounded by maybe Kurz, was it? I don't know. I think it is. Anyway, so has he come back from the dead? Probably not. I think he's just woken up. What do I think about it? I think it's cool. I think I really like what they're doing with 40k at the minute. They're moving the story on, which feels like it's needed it. They're sort of rewriting the 13th Black Crusade, which by all accounts it sort of needed it. Because what I heard, because I wasn't in the hobby back when this was done, but apparently the kind of lore of the old one was some sort of worldwide campaign they ran, and everyone put their stuff in, and that's kind of helped write the lore, which, that's a terrible idea. You should never do that. So anyway, by all accounts, they're rewriting that, and it's cool. On the model, 1 million nerds cried out and died when it was revealed or leaked the other week, which I just thought was hilarious. What do I think to the model? I'll be honest with you, the Forge World Gilliman I'm not a massive fan of. It's probably my least favourite of all the Primarch sculpts. I really don't like his head. And I think I just prefer more dynamic models, and he's sort of meh, my kingdom for a horse. So, not my favourite. That said, I think the new one's kind of interesting. I mean, it's obviously 40k, right? 40k has a certain aesthetic to it that sort of Forge World definitely doesn't. And I think you saw a bit of a blurring of that in the Prospero box, where I think most of their models really have that 30k Forge World aesthetic, and then you've got kind of the weirdest haircut in the world on a Space Wolf. So a little bit, but it's very 40k. I can't wait to read what happens. Can't wait. It's actually made me go, oh, I'm kind of interested in this story. I'm probably got no interest in actually getting involved. Although having said that, I've got a little Grey Knight force, and I really like the Grey Knight dude. So you never know. What do I think to the model? I think some people say it looks like an action figure. Like a G.I. Joe type action figure, and I can totally sort of see where they're coming from. I think with all these things, you got to wait till you see it in the flesh, right? It's too many times people have flipped out seeing sort of leaked photos, and then you actually see it in the flesh, and you're like, oh, actually, it's pretty good. He looks massive, which is cool. I've heard some rumours that we're going to see another triple box, which will have Mortarion and Abaddon in, but I've also heard Abaddon gets killed on Terra by Cypher. So anyway, the rumours are flying thick and fast, which is all fun. I think it's cool, though, to answer your question, the real or not real Omega on. I think it's cool. I like it. I think it's cool that they're moving the story on. I think if I was 12-year-olds now, if I was 12-year-old Jamie now, I'd fucking pass out from all the cool shit. If I walked into G-Dub and they teleported me to this year compared to when I was going in and it was all like little metal stuff, I'd fucking shit my pants and pass out because it's all amazing stuff. I think it's just what a time to be alive in the hobby. All right, anyway, crack on. From Spaced UK, anything about why there is a lack of Dark Angels love at Forge World? The shout out was always good. Well, shout out to Spaced UK, who has a cat as their picture. A ginger pussy. Why is there no Dark Angel love? I think, to be honest, mate, it's because there's no book about them yet. And it's as simple as that. They've definitely not featured in any of the books yet. You know, you've got... Same thing can be said for White Scars until this weekend. Same for Space Wolves. I mean, you know, you got your bodies and helmets a long time ago. Space Wolf players, we haven't even got helmets yet. We've just got bodies. I hear like the book looks good. There's some images come out of the book. I think you're going to get loads. I think the problem is, a year ago, I was a Space Wolf player who just got told that book 7's on its way and it'll be with me in 4 months. And it wasn't. I mean, it's still not available now, so it's going to be over a year late by the time it comes. So hopefully you guys don't have to wait a year for your book. I think there's like maybe one Blood Angel player who might want the book, but apart from that, I think it's cool. I think it'll be cool. I think that's it though. You're going to get loads of shit, and judging by what they did with Thousand Suns models, everything's getting better and better. So I think, don't worry. I think it's going to be cool. Right. Emperor's Path, Sam. If you could be any Citadel paint, which would you be and why? I would be Chaos Black because it's really versatile. I don't know why I'd be Chaos Black. I'd just be Chaos Black. I think I use it a lot. Covers a multitude of sins. It's a great base coat. And as long as you remember to thin your paints and apply 2 thin coats, everything looks good over Chaos Black. Chaos Black. Alright, Lords of Prey Spire. I was wondering what you thought of despoilers and how you'd reduce them. Also, what you think of the aesthetic difference between Gilliman's. Cheers. He's also said, possibly a bit about potential ramifications of all this new trio factioning. I think trio factioning I can do real quick. I think it's cool. You know, it's there's definitely a marketing reason for it. It feels like you get pretty good value in those boxes from what I've seen, and I think it's cool. You know, the way that it looks like 40k is probably going to go to play. It's all about playing with all your models, so I think that's neat, and perhaps less so about sort of solid factions. So I like that. So despoilers. So in 30k you've got spoiler squads. You've also got destroyer squads. So if you meant destroyer squads, say, and I'll do a different one on that because I think they're pretty cool. But despoilers are basically there's not a specific unit for them yet, from what I can tell. But a despoiler is a bolter and close combat attack squad basically. So it's an assault squad without the jump packs, and it's funny you ask that because I was going to do my Space Wolf attack squads without the bolter. So I was going to get rid of the bolter and give them the weapon and run them as despoilers because you would still qualify for Fury of the Legion, which means you can fire any bolt weapon twice, providing that you didn't move that turn. You are also still allowed to assault. So, you know, you can imagine, I actually did this with Sam the other day, 10-15 man despoiler squad, get in range, as long as you know you're going to be able to make that charge, you can put a load of fire into them and they can still make a charge. So I think they're kind of cool. So if you did mean those, then that's my answer. If you did mean something else and you meant destroyers, then let me know and I'll do another video because I think destroyers are awesome. And then Justin Young BB some muscle man just says, great post. So, you know, thanks, Justin. Appreciate it. Well, that was it. I only had a handful, but it was quite good fun answering them. Maybe I'll do that again sometime. I'll tell you what, just for Lords of Prey Spire, just in case you did talk about, you were talking about Destroyer Squads, or just because I'm going to talk about them anyway, I think they're awesome. Oh, hang on, no, you wanted to know Guilliman differences as well. Differences between Guilliman, I think some people I started seeing these images come up where they were like circling the 40 like bits of armor detail on 30k and then circling bits on that, and I was just like, that's really dumb. Like, why would it be the same thing? You know, you read in the books a lot, like the Primarchs have all different types of armor, you know, different weapons. You read like Vulcan, he's got shit tons of weapons, like shit tons. He can build a ship by himself to put the weapons in. Like, so I think that was probably a little bit silly, people doing that. And also, you know, he's probably woke up, he's been asleep for 10,000 years, he's probably naked when he was asleep. They probably threw his armour out, probably thought, he ain't coming back. Nah, he ain't coming back. And then he woke up and they're like, shit, let's get him some armour, we'll make it. And that's why they have to squeeze that little helmet on his massive head. But again, I think it's cool, it's 40k, it looks 40k. I actually thought what they might do is bring these Primarchs back and then put them in and just be like, oh, you know, buy the Forge World model. And I was like, that's a bit tough, you know, just a lot of money. A lot of the young kids that are in the Games Workshops playing, they ain't going to be able to afford that kind of stuff. But I think what they've done is quite neat. I think it looks like you can get 3 models for the price of one Forge World Primarch if I've got the pricing in my head right. So anyway, I think it's alright. It's 2 different aesthetics. If someone rocked up with Ultramarines 30k against me and had the 40k model, I'd be cool with it. 100% cool with it. I don't tend to not be. I'm not that. As long as you paint your shit, I don't really mind what it is. If it's not painted, then I'm not that bothered. I'd rather not bother, to be honest. But as long as it's painted, I honestly don't give a shit. I think he's going to put the effort in and done that. It's cool. So yeah, I think it's alright. Yeah, I already said what I think about fractioning. But real quick, I've got a couple of minutes. Destroyers. So Destroyers are a elite choice from the just the sort of regular army list in the Age of Darkness stuff. They come in 5. They come with 2 bolt pistols, which I just think is awesome because you can shoot both of them. I think. Or maybe you can't actually. Maybe it's just that extra close combat weapon. But you can give them like these cool little grenade launchers with rad missiles, which are horrible. And you can give the Sergeant Phosphex grenades, which are also gross. And you know, my mate Mike, he runs 10 of them in a Rhino, pretty much all the time. And a lot of people are like, oh, they don't do anything, and they don't. You know, they never really do much. But to be honest, I think that all the times I played him, I'd say he's come out better with them than like without, if you know what I mean. Like he killed pretty much an entire 5-man squad of. We took out half a squad of Assault Marines and 3 Ashen Circle with 1 grenade the other day. I just didn't realise what he was doing. Moved up all over the board, tried to get out of the way because I thought he was going to shoot me with these Medusas, and he just sort of 6 inches up in a Rhino, whips it round, gets out, throws a grenade at me, and just obliterated. By the time he'd done all his shooting, I had 1 Assault Marine left. So yeah, I think they're good in that sense. I like them. I might run one in Space Wars because I kind of feel like that could be quite nice. But we'll see. We'll see how the rules go. But anyway, I've kind of done both, you know, spoilers or destroyers. Alright, well, that was fun. Might do it again in a while. Other than that, hope you're alright. Peace.